I've been wanting to make this video for a while, and I've seen these type of videos throughout YouTube, like top 10 movies or something like that. And I decided to make this video about movies that make me emotional and make me cry, bring me the feels, and I just feel something for these films. I put these movies into categories. There's 3 different types of movies that make me cry. There's movies that make me happy and I cry because of what is going on and I'm happy for them, or like a relationship kind of thing like that. Or movies that are sad and make me cry. Or movies that bring me anxiety and panic attacks and make me cry because I'm a hypochondriac. And movies that deal with like cancer and stuff, those make me cry in the theater. So I think we'll start with that one. We'll get the bad one out of the way. The 2 movies that come to my mind when I think about movies that have to deal with cancer, usually the movies that deal with cancer make me cry, is The Fault in Our Stars and 50-50, which sucks because I don't watch these movies a lot because of what I go through when I watch them, especially with The Fault in Our Stars. I saw one in theaters and it's all about cancer, and I'm just sitting there crying and freaking out thinking that I have cancer, which sucks because it's a really good movie and I'll probably never watch it again just for that fact. 50-50 is a different movie, as it is one of my favorite movies of all time, so I try to put myself to watch it. Usually when I do watch it, it's at home and I make sure that I'm not doing anything for the rest of the day, and that someone's near me that can comfort me afterwards, because I will watch that movie and I will freak out and I will start crying and I think I have cancer and it's terrible. I'm a hot mess. So those are the 2 movies that I think a lot about when anxiety comes to play and makes me cry. So that's the one type. Let's go next one. The movies that make me sad, make me cry because of what is going on. It's sad moments, like Marley and Me. I cannot watch Marley and Me all the way through. There's a certain part where I'll just shut it off and I will not watch it. That's when the dog gets sick. Because I saw this movie in theaters and I bawled my eyes out. I love animals. I could watch a movie about people dying all the way through, and you kill one dog and it's upsetting to me. So the last part of the movie is just all about this dog dying and the family is upset and they all come together and it makes me upset and I cry. So Marley and Me I cannot watch. Toy Story 3 is the happy and sad moments. A really sad moment is when they're going down into like the furnace thing and the ashes, and they're about to go into the middle of the fire and they're all trying to escape, and Woody just says, like, doesn't say anything, but he just stops them all and they all hold hands and they're willing to die. And I just break down at that scene. That scene is so sad. They're stopped, they're with their friends and they know it's okay that they're with their friends and everything's good and whatever. It makes me cry. And then the end, when he gives all his dolls away to Bonnie, another scene that makes me cry. But that's a happy scene that he acknowledged that he loved his toys and everything, and he's willing to give it up to a new girl, and it's all pretty sad. Another sad thing is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. At the end, when they're all grown up and they see their kids get on the train and the music rolls, and it's just sad to me because I grew up on Harry Potter, and at that moment I realized that this is the end. This is over. Nothing will happen again. I've been reading Harry Potter since I was like 10, and I've seen all the movies, read all the books. It's like a huge fan of Harry Potter, and for that moment to end was really something for me, and it made me cry. Interstellar most recently made me cry at the end when he came back, and spoilers, forgot about that, spoilers. At the end of Interstellar, when the end of Interstellar made me cry. I'm not going to try to spoil it for anybody. But anyways, it made me cry at the end. Also, Click. That's a movie that makes me cry. At the end, when he is old and fat and runs out in the rain and falls and is getting sick, and his kids are there, and his ex-wife and his ex-wife's husband, and they're all just there comforting him and crying, and I'm crying too. I'm just like, damn, Adam Sandler, you don't ever make me cry. Sometimes you make me hate you, but crying is not one of them. Click makes me definitely cry. Other sad movies that make me cry would be Warrior, The Impossible, and Wish I Was Here all make me cry usually at the end. So those are some other films. Now some of the happy films that make me cry. Usually they're like people in relationships and it's all happy and it gets emotional. Most recently is What If, starring Daniel Radcliffe and Zoe Kazan. You know, throughout the whole film they were friends, but he had these feelings for her and she was dating someone, and then she realized that she had feelings for him too, and it kind of got emotional for me at the end and I cried. Also, Richard Linklater's Before trilogy, Before Sunrise, Sunset, and Midnight, all three of them make me cry because of how beautiful the relationship between Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy is, especially the first one, which is one of the best movies of all time, one of the best romantic films. I just cry because of, you know, they just, these two people don't even know each other and they spend the whole day with each other and they fall in love, and it's so beautiful. I think that's one of the reasons why it makes me cry. Also, another film that makes me cry, which is beautiful, is The Notebook at the end. When they're all old, I remember watching that with my ex-girlfriend, and me and her cried, but I really think I've watched it by myself, I wouldn't cry that much, I think at the time, but now I just wouldn't cry because she's not here with me anymore, so yeah. Philomena and A Beautiful Mind are also some good films that make me cry. Philomena because, you know, she searched throughout the whole movie for her son and she finally got closure at the end, what happened to her son, and that was pretty emotional. Beautiful Mind just was an emotional wreck, just how emotional that film was, and beautiful performances from Russell Crowe. So those are just some other films that make me cry. I don't try to cry a lot, but I do get emotional at times when scenes are like beautiful or they're really sad, and the score really helps it a lot. If there's a certain scene that's pretty emotional and then you have a heavy score and heavy music that makes it just a lot worse, makes me a lot worse and makes me cry. So these are just some films that come to my mind when I think about, you know, anxiety attacks when I cry, or they're happy, or just straight up sad. So what are some films that makes you guys cry? I know there's some typical films, you know, like Titanic makes a lot of people cry, makes my mom cry every single time, but I don't really cry at that film. I've only seen it once, to be honest. She cries at like Disney films all the time too, but you know, that, and a lot of people cry at the end of The Dark Knight Rises. And so just curious, movies do you guys cry at? Do you guys cry a lot at films, or takes you a lot to cry at films? So this is a little video I just wanted to discuss, you know, have fun with it. So this is just Watch Movies with a video on movies that make me cry, and I show you guys I do have emotions and I get sensitive at times.